So hello, so last time I was doing this one, so I'm probably going to upload both the videos together, so when I say last time, which obviously was the tea light, this time I'm just going to do the little hanging decoration, which is the one with the glow glass on it. So as I sort of described in the other one, if you have a look along the top here, where this is sort of white, and this is all fired. This is slightly rough because I haven't capped it. I've mixed the glow powder with clear glass, and then there's quite a bit on here because it's on a black base, so so that it will give off like this sort of gentle sort of glow in the dark, sort of with it all. This is done on 3mm black opal and with spring green, but I'm going to do a bit of a mix with colours. So do that sort of there. So as I said before, this is sort of my like thoughts and my ideas on here. So and then so these are 6 centimeters by sort of 5. So again, making them sort of like quite short and quite squat. This is 10 centimeters wide, this piece of glass, and so I am going to make these about 6 wide. There we go. And then 5 wide. I think I'm going to have to invest in an overhead camera thingy. And then just going to use my pliers on this one. There we go. And again, the same sort of concept really. So I mean, I do, as I say, sometimes use a pen to sort of mark with. So got a gold sort of marker here, but again, it's still all done with freehand, and that just sort of gives me a bit of an idea. Like that bit there, so it gives me a bit of an idea across here and across here, which just allows me then dip that in some oil. It's sounding a bit scratchy, and then just cut along those sort of lines. And then just take off the corners. Like that. I need to get, let's just polish that off. Let's get these off here. Why I often don't use a pen. And now I'm just going to go and grind that shape, and then I will be back. So I am back, sort of I've done 2, and then I'm just going to find the feet. Actually, what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put this on paper, because I'm using the glow powder. I need to be able to scoop that back up, and it's also important to wear a mask when you are doing glow powder or using any form of powder, just because it's good for you and your lungs. Well, powder's not good for you and your lungs, wearing the mask is. So here we go. So we've got sort of those on there. Happy with those, like that. Yep. So again, like I did on the big one, tiniest bit of the PVA on the back of that. Just wherever you place them, wherever you're happy. Just trying to. I did try these with putting sort of 3 legs on, but it just didn't look right at all. So we went with 2, and then this one, this way around. Okay, I'm actually going to put on the PVA across the top here first, and then I'm going to put this on, which is the coarse spring green frit. that's all on there. Then so I've got some sort of spring green and sort of a yellow sort of streaky sort of mix as well, just to add a bit of variety. Customers do like to pick and choose, don't they? So, so I thought I'd just add a bit of difference into them, and then just again place it on just so it looks a bit like something bubbling over, however you're happy, sort of with regards through to that. And then, okay, it's really sort of there. Then I have mixed, so this is my glow powder, and that is now been mixed with a clear in this one. I've used all my white one up at the moment, so I've just got those mixed. I do have it in a variety of different colours. I was very excited by the pink, however, when it fired, because I didn't know I didn't know how that was going to work out, it glows beautifully and is really quite smooth actually in its texture, but it isn't pink, it just goes completely clear. So I was hoping that the colour would remain in the glow and sort of colour that, but it didn't, but it works, so it's always worth experimenting. I love glow powder. I used to use it years and years and years ago, so I used to put it inside my pendants when I used to do sort of like some regular markets, and then it's literally just I just sort of sprinkle some on as much as I like. As I say, it doesn't really sort of disappear into the colour, so it will remain on the top, so you will end up with that sort of a bit of a look about it. But the fun bit is obviously the fact that it does glow. Yeah, which is the bit that people sort of don't like. So you end up, as I say, when it's all fired, you end up with these bits here, still sort of remaining and still showing as they sort of do on here. But as I say, they do glow in the dark, and I will work out how to add a photo onto the end of this video just to show you how that works, sort of on there. Other things I have done, I've done a little ghosty. So as you can see, I mean, I don't know if you can see it, I mean, that's sort of obviously the underside, and that's quite soft. This is actually quite textured, but again, he works brilliantly. He has no holes in him, so I would only ever use him with a battery tea light. He looks great, or just as he is on his own, but he does look really cool with a battery tea light in. Little hanging decorations, the same sort of concept. Again, cut out freehand. Not one of these looks the same. They're not even the same size necessarily. And then I am a little bit gonk or gnome, whichever you want to call them, mad. So I do these at Christmas. I've done spring ones, and this is my Halloween one. And yes, he has got glow in the dark, so he glows in the dark. So he is pretty cool. And then I haven't put the hooks on these. I've also made some little ghosty glow in the dark earrings, so we'll see how they go, but see they will be on sterling silver hooks as well, so there we go, 1 or 2 Halloween cauldrons with glow in the dark powder. Okay, so I've just brought them over to the kiln, and then you can see here I have got some little pieces of black glass. I'll just put a tiny bit of the PVA on. These are nichrome hooks, so these work really well with the heat in the kiln, and don't really tarnish. And then I just place closer than that. This on there, and then that will then fire, and then I can use those hooks to do the hanging with.